Hello dear viewers, welcome back to our channel. We're so glad you're here with us today. In the world we live in, understanding each other's beliefs and cultures is more important than ever, and that's what we're all about. Today, we're taking a closer look at an often misunderstood yet fascinating topic, the Islamic faith and its different perspectives. Our journey today will take us into the intriguing world of Islam, specifically focusing on the terms Sunnah and Sunni. We'll be exploring the nuances, similarities, and differences that make the Islamic faith a beautifully diverse tapestry. Through this exploration, we aim to foster understanding, empathy, and meaningful conversation. Before we delve into this enlightening journey, if you're new here, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the bell icon so you won't miss any of our future videos. If you're returning, we're thrilled to have you back. So, get ready, sit back, and let's embark on this educational journey together. Stay tuned. Ever wondered about the different perspectives within the Islamic faith? Today we're going to make it fun and easy for you to understand two key terms, Sunnah and Sunni. Don't worry, we've made sure to keep it engaging. Islam isn't a one-size-fits-all religion. It's like a beautifully woven quilt, made up of different beliefs, practices, and interpretations. By understanding these variations, we're not just learning about a religion, we're promoting empathy, conversation, and breaking down stereotypes. So, let's dive into Sunnah and Sunni. Sunnah represents the teachings and practices of Prophet Muhammad, an essential part of Islam. Think of it like the guidebook for Muslims worldwide. Now, Sunni, on the other hand, is the big player in the Islamic world. Derived from al-Sunnah, it means people of the tradition. They're the majority in Islam, making up about 85% of Muslims globally. Now, while they have a lot in common, there are some distinct differences that define the beliefs and lives of their followers. As we journey deeper, we encourage you to subscribe, like, and share this video. Remember, knowledge shared is knowledge doubled. So don't keep this interesting content to yourself, share it with your friends and family. Now, let's get back on track. Using information, photos, and videos from Google, News, and Wikipedia, we'll explore the origins of Sunnah and Sunni, their principles, the countries where they're predominantly followed, and their historical conflicts. We promise it won't be just another boring history lesson. So, get comfortable and prepare for an exciting exploration into the complex world of Islamic beliefs. Stay with us as we unfold the extraordinary story of Sunnah and Sunni. What is Sunnah, and how did it originate? Let's dive into its history. The term Sunnah refers to the practices, actions, and sayings of the Prophet Muhammad, which have been preserved and passed down through generations. Originating in the 7th century, Sunnah was established as a model of conduct for Muslims. It is considered a source of law, second only to the Holy Quran. The life of Prophet Muhammad is seen as a living interpretation of Islamic teachings, and his actions, both big and small, from the way he ate and dressed to his interactions with others, form the basis of Sunnah. It's important to note that Sunnah isn't just about following rituals, it's a comprehensive guide to leading a morally and ethically sound life. Thus, Sunnah forms an integral part of Islamic beliefs, shaping the moral and ethical fabric of the community. Now let's turn our attention to Sunni, the most widely followed sect in Islam. Born out of the early days of Islam, the Sunni sect emerged as followers of the Prophet Muhammad's traditions, or Sunnah. They believe in the consensus of the Muslim community, known as Ijma, and the reasoned analogy termed Qiyas. Over the centuries, Sunni Islam has grown, not just in numbers, but in influence and reach. From the bustling streets of Cairo to the serene landscapes of Indonesia, the Sunni belief system has left its mark. The Sunnis are known for their strict adherence to the Prophet's teachings, viewing them as a compass guiding their daily lives. Their belief system is deeply rooted in the Quran and the Hadith, the sayings and actions of the Prophet Muhammad. These texts serve as a roadmap, guiding Sunnis in their quest for spiritual enlightenment and moral conduct. With a majority of Muslims identifying as Sunni, it's a key part of the Islamic world. While both Sunnah and Sunni hold the Prophet's teachings in high regard, they aren't the same. But what sets them apart? Now, let's delve into the key differences between Sunnah and Sunni in terms of beliefs, practices, and interpretations of Islamic teachings. Firstly, let's get the terminology straight. Sunnah refers to the traditions and practices of the Prophet Muhammad. It's like a roadmap, a guide to living a good and fulfilling life according to Islamic principles. Sunni, on the other hand, is a term that represents the majority sect of Islam, making up about 85% of Muslims worldwide. Now, on to the beliefs. Both Sunnis and followers of Sunnah believe in the 5 pillars of Islam, the main framework of a Muslim's life. But the differences lie in their interpretations and implementations. For Sunnis, the Sunnah of the Prophet is a source of law, but it's secondary to the Quran. They follow the consensus of the Prophet's companions, the Sahaba, and believe in the 4 rightly guided caliphs as his legitimate successors. Their religious leaders, known as imams, guide the community based on these principles. In contrast, those who strictly adhere to the Sunnah consider it equal to the Quran in terms of legislative authority. They believe that the Prophet's actions, sayings, and approvals are the ultimate guide to interpreting Islamic law. When it comes to practices, both Sunnis and followers of the Sunnah observe the 5 daily prayers, fasting, charity, and pilgrimage. However, the followers of Sunnah might place a greater emphasis on following the Prophet's lifestyle to the letter. This could be reflected in their daily routines, their dress, and even their dietary habits. Let's not forget that the variations in beliefs and practices can be vast within these 2 groups, influenced by cultural, historical, and geographical factors. These differences, while they may seem subtle, have profound impacts on the religious practices and worldviews of their followers. It's a fascinating world of diversity within unity, a testament to the richness of Islamic tradition and culture. Sunnah and Sunni aren't merely religious terms, they have shaped nations and influenced global politics. These 2 distinct strands of Islam have not only shaped individual faith practices, but also the geopolitical map of our world. Let's take a world tour. The Sunni sect, being the majority, is prevalent in countries like Egypt, Turkey, and Saudi Arabia. It's also the dominant sect in most of North Africa, the Middle East, and parts of Asia. On the other hand, the Sunnah, as embodied in the teachings and practices of Prophet Muhammad, is universally accepted by all Muslims, regardless of their sectarian affiliations. However, it's not all peaceful coexistence. Differences in interpretations of Sunnah have fueled sectarian tensions, especially in countries with significant Shia and Sunni populations. For instance, Iraq and Syria have seen their share of conflicts rooted in these sectarian differences. These conflicts are not just about faith, but also about power, politics, and control. In some cases, they've escalated into full-blown wars, like the devastating Iran-Iraq War in the 1980s. The role that these religious divides play in global politics cannot be understated. They influence alliances, shape foreign policies, and even determine the outcomes of wars. Indeed, the influence of Sunnah and Sunni extends far beyond the confines of religious discourse, impacting the socio-political landscape of many nations. Transitioning from the global stage, let's bring it home and look at how these differences between Sunnah and Sunni affect everyday life. In our everyday encounters, we might not even realize the subtle nuances influenced by these sects. From the way prayers are performed, to dietary habits, to how religious festivals are celebrated, the influence is pervasive. Sunnah, as a way of life, shapes the daily routines of many Muslims. The Prophet Muhammad's practices, like the way he ate, slept, and interacted with people, are emulated by Muslims worldwide. On the other hand, being a Sunni can have implications on one's political views and social relations, especially in countries with sectarian diversity. It's important to note that despite these differences, there's a shared sense of community and brotherhood among all Muslims. They unite in their belief in the 5 pillars of Islam, which include faith, prayer, charity, fasting, and pilgrimage. It's a beautiful tapestry of shared beliefs and practices, interwoven with unique threads of historical and cultural differences. This rich diversity is what makes the Islamic faith a fascinating subject of study. In the end, it's crucial to remember that despite differences, both Sunnah and Sunni followers share a common faith in Islam's core tenets. We've navigated through the historical origins, the contrasting practices, and the global presence of these 2 significant groups. Remember, Understanding these differences is key to appreciating the rich diversity within the Islamic faith. Thank you for joining us in this enlightening journey. Don't forget to subscribe and share. Until next time, keep exploring and learning.